Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fluent English Power. I'm Luna, and today we're diving into a topic that so many learners struggle with: understanding native English speakers, especially when they talk fast. You know those moments when you're watching a movie or listening to a podcast and suddenly, boom, everything becomes a blur.
Oh, yeah, totally. You hear something like, "What you doing?" And you're like, "Wait, what language was that?" It doesn't sound like the English you learned in school.
Exactly. So, in this episode, we're going to break down why native speakers sound so fast, why it's hard to understand them, and more importantly, how you can train your brain to catch every word.
And stick around because we'll also share some easy daily techniques you can start using today that will boost your listening skills without making it feel like study time. This is going to be fun and super practical.
1. Why native English sounds so fast. So, Mason, let's start with the most obvious question. Why do native speakers sound so fast to non-native listeners?
Great question. And here's the thing. It's not just about speed. It's about connected speech. Native speakers don't pronounce every single word clearly. They blend them. They drop sounds. They contract words. Like instead of saying, "What are you doing?" we say, "What you doing?"
And that completely throws learners off because in textbooks, English is taught very clean and slow, but in real life, it's messy and fast-paced.
Yeah, and it's not just slang or lazy talking. It's how real, natural English works in conversation. It's rhythm, stress, and sound blending.
So, would you say understanding this connected speech is the first step?
Absolutely. You have to expect it. Once you stop expecting textbook English in real life, you stop getting surprised. That mental shift helps a lot.
2. What makes native English hard to catch? So, apart from connected speech, what else makes native English hard to catch?
A few things. One, phrasal verbs. We use tons of them. Give up, look out, hang on. And if someone doesn't know them, the sentence won't make sense.
Right, and often the meaning of phrasal verbs isn't obvious just from the words.
Exactly. Also, native speakers often use idioms, sarcasm, humor, or cultural references. If you're not exposed to the culture, some jokes or expressions can go right over your head.
Totally. And then there's accent variation. Even within the US, someone from New York sounds different than someone from Texas or California.
Yeah, and add in speed, mumbling, or background noise, and you've got a real challenge.
3. What learners usually do that doesn't work. Let's talk about what most learners try but doesn't really work, like watching movies with subtitles.
Yeah, it feels helpful, but if you're reading more than listening, it can slow down progress. Your eyes are doing the work, not your ears.
And many learners focus only on studying vocabulary or grammar, but ignore listening completely.
Right, they might be great at writing essays, but struggle with real conversations.
And that leads to frustration. You know the words, but can't recognize them when someone says them fast.
That's because speaking and listening aren't just about vocabulary. It's about sound patterns and speed processing.
4. What actually works to understand native English? All right, Mason, let's shift gears. Let's talk about what actually works. If someone's listening right now and thinking, okay, I want to finally understand native speakers, what should they start with?
First, stop translating. If you're still hearing English and translating it into your native language in your head, you'll always be behind.
Because your brain has to switch languages constantly, right?
Exactly. So instead, build a habit of thinking in English. Even simple things like saying in your head, "I'm brushing my teeth," or "I'm opening the fridge," in English. That builds mental speed.
Love that. What about listening techniques?
I recommend something I call deep listening. Take a short audio, maybe 1 minute from a podcast, a movie scene, or a YouTube video, and repeat it 3 or 4 times. First, just listen, then try to write what you hear, then check the subtitles or transcript, then shadow it, repeat after it exactly.
So it's like training your ears step by step.
Exactly, and it's way more powerful than just watching a full movie with subtitles.
5. Shadowing and active listening. Let's dig deeper into shadowing. A lot of people hear about it, but don't really know how to do it.
Shadowing is simple but powerful. You play an audio clip, maybe just 30 seconds, and you try to say exactly what you hear right after it with the same rhythm, stress, and speed. You become the echo.
Even if you don't understand every word?
Yep, because the goal is to train your mouth and ears to move at the same speed as native speech. Later, you can go back and study meaning, but first, just copy the flow.
And it helps with pronunciation too, right?
Absolutely, and it boosts your confidence because your mouth starts to feel more natural speaking at native pace.
6. Listening smart, not more. Okay, so some people think I'll just listen more, 10 hours a day, but that's not always effective, right?
Right, more isn't always better. You need to listen actively, not passively. Passive listening is like background noise. It won't improve your skills much.
So what's active listening?
It means you're focused. You're trying to catch words, notice patterns, mimic sounds. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, if it's focused, it's way better than hours of background TV.
And you can combine that with shadowing or repeating difficult parts.
Exactly. Pause, rewind, say it again, get curious. That's the key.
7. Real conversations versus practice material. One thing I've noticed is that learners who only study English with quote-unquote practice dialogues or textbook CDs struggle more with real speech.
Yeah, because those recordings are too perfect. They don't prepare you for hesitation, slang, background noise, all the chaos of real talk.
So should learners start listening to real podcasts or YouTubers?
Definitely. Choose ones that match your level. Don't start with fast political debates if you're a beginner, but pick something interesting, maybe a cooking channel, a travel vlog, or this podcast, and listen to it daily.
And repetition helps a lot. Watching the same video multiple times can reveal new words.
Exactly. Your brain catches more each time.
All right, we've covered a lot. Connected speech, deep listening, shadowing, thinking in English, and avoiding passive listening.
Yep, and in part 2, we're going even deeper. We'll share some real practice methods, how to deal with different accents, and how to build confidence when you speak with native speakers.
So if you're serious about understanding native English fast, don't miss the next episode. Subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you there.
Till then, happy listening, and remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress.